This episode has me scared, and not because of the story, but more because I have to blur everything. And this episode is filled with nudity and so many crazy moments that we have to talk about in this video. But still, the episode was epic. Now, if you don't know from the comics, this episode takes inspiration from the comic book series of the same name, this being Herogasm, released in 2009. The episode follows the heroes that go into a resort, well, to have fun. They lie about the events that they're going to space to fight an alien race, but really they're doing this. One of the big difference of this is that in the issue, Soldier Boy sleeps with Homelander so he can be a member of the Seven. Homelander is not a part of this like he has in the comics. He's only at the end of the episode where he goes to fight, but still, we can see how the episode was changed. Now, similar to the episode, the boys go to Herogasm in a mission to discover what's going on with the president of the US and so on. And this is just part of the comics that I will not go really in depth, but there's a lot of similarities as well that we see in the episode. Well, how Herogasm plays out in the story? Well, they all go to Vermont to find the TNT twins. Everyone is gonna go there. Butcher, Soldier Boy, as well as MM and Starlight. They all want to stop Soldier Boy as well as to stop him from killing the TNT twins. But of course, this being an event, there's gonna be, normal people here. Where are the TNT twins? Well, they are in Herogasm, and the Deep first arrives. He is the first one to be introduced to this, and how he goes to do crazy things with an octopus. Okay, Herogasm. I'm gonna use clips when there's nothing in screen and images when I'm able to do so. Of course, there's a lot of nudity, so warning that this may be a really boring part of the video, but still, when they arrive, they're met by Love Sausage. It's the 17th anniversary of Herogasm. We can see who created this, and this, of course, is Soldier Boy. He was the one that started this in 1952, and he was the one that provided the name. I cannot show you what's on screen, but yeah, it's intense, and wow, I cannot believe they really did this. It's it's crazy. Just imagine super individuals seen doing crazy things while they search for the TNT twins, who are also in this. It's intense. It's wow. So that Huey goes and looks for the TNT twins, and of course this doesn't go as planned. We also see Blue Hawk there. This episode is absolutely crazy. Now, the weirdest things, of course, was the Deep going with that octopus this episode. What just happened? Now, what happens is that Huey tries to convince the TNT twins it's something that he wants to do. This is when we see Huey talking to A-Train and wanting an apology, and how A-Train as well feels about all of this. He feels that, hey, he feels responsible for what happened with his brother and the danger that super individuals cause to normal people, and something that we see here. Now, Soldier Boy is going after the TNT twins, and Starlight was right. He's gonna become a bloodbath, something that we see at the end of the episode. And the conversation of Starlight and Huey felt more in the mindset of how Huey feels about all of this, and this breakup was a little bit sad, including the short fight that they have. The last minute of the episode is that meeting between MM standing ground, trying to fight Soldier Boy. However, this doesn't go as planned. MM is pissed, and he knows that he cannot do anything, but still is showing and standing his ground. And we get to see how he really feels with Soldier Boy. This were the moments where Soldier Boy gets to the TNT twins, and he wants to know who was responsible for what happened to him. This being Black Noir, of course, but are the ones that giving instructions. So let's see what's gonna happen in the next episode. He started getting some PTSD where he exploded again, destroying everyone in the house, which was like, wow. And Love Sausage is no more. And I also love how the Deep runs away with the octopus, like, wow. The last minutes of the episode, before the big fight, A-Train is pissed and uses powers by doing this. He has a heart attack, killing Blue Hawk. In the process, of course, A-Train is not dead. Okay, so how the episode ends? Well, we have an awesome, when I say awesome fight. That this was one of the best part of the episode. This fight between Homelander, Soldier Boy, and Butcher together fighting Homelander. This was epic. Then Huey arriving as well. This part of the episode and the meeting of all these characters together, arriving to the party, and this, I just love this episode so much, but more because of this fight. We can see how they try to kill Homelander, but he's able to escape. And this doesn't go as planned. We can see how at the end of the episode he's looking at himself in the mirror, and we can see how he's like, oh wow, the same conversation that he had before. We can see a broken Homelander in this small scene, but they were almost able to stop and actually kill him, but this doesn't go as planned. But still, this part of the episode, Huey's also there. This was the best part of an episode that I was screaming so loud, just awesome, just incredible. And if you're watching this video, then you're surprised in how awesome the episode was. Yeah, looking at the end of the episode, the team is not where it is. Starlight and Huey are no longer together. I love the end where Homelander's just thinking about what had just happened, seeing his reflection, his broken reflection by the punch that he had. The episode ends with Starlight giving a message to her fans, giving details on what really happened. We even see the bot lie people die, something that is inspired by real events that happened with Bush. So yeah, not going into politics because I know how the comments can get, but still we can see that inspiration from real life in the show. Now she gives the world the details about how Soldier Boy is alive. She quits the Seven, and she provides her details on her real name. We continue the mindset of Homelander and how he feels about things, and how he goes all, showing his true colors more and more. Nobody's there to stop him from being who he is really, but of course he's going to be loved by the audience. After last week's episode, we start with a cringe cover of Imagine. This is a parody of that of Gal Gadot, who at the start of the pandemic did this to unite the world. Even the deep saying waking up philosophical. This is just so funny. Of course this backfired in real life. This was a hilarious way to start the episode. Moving from last week's episode, Homelander is looking into Soldier Boy, who they think is a ghost lost in battle, and we can see how he is back again. Something I just love is how he looks at Homelander's face, and why does he look at Black Noir is something that plays out in the episode. This is what I wanted to see Homelander, not having no one to be there to help him. He's alone, a scared boy like we see later when he's talking to himself. So we can see the psychology and the mindset of Homelander more in this episode that we have seen in the previous episode. So I just love this episode for that reason, but also the way that he later his identity is hurt literally in his face is something that I just love, and I cannot wait to see more of what's going to happen in the next episode, going from how the episode ends. Now outside, we understand that Soldier Boy is also going after Black Noir because of course he was part of the payback, and this was a decision that he takes to go away and hide. Where is he going? This is something that we will have to wait until the next episodes, but still. Now finally, something that I wanted to see is the introduction of Soldier Boy. He feels like an old grandpa, and I just love this part of the episode so much. And the way Huey tries to pick up the shield feels like that when they try to pick up Thor's hammer in Age of Ultron. Now of course introducing Soldier Boy brings funny moments, knowing about the change in technology. This is something that I wanted to see as well. The deal is simple. Soldier Boy wants to do payback on payback, and this is why the boys are helping him so they can stop Homelander. Black Noir escapes, but this also affects more Homelander. We can see how his mindset is in this episode, and now he's changing moment by moment in this episode, something I just love. And the Deep knows that Soldier Boy is going to go after the TNT twins. Well, his wife knows this. Now, I just love how things are changing this season. We have the epic scene showing the internal thoughts of Homelander, how he feels really about all of this. And it reminds me of that scene of Spider-Man where we see the innocent Green Goblin talking to his evil self, something that we see here. This scene for sure has been one of my favorite parts of this season, showing the broken part of Homelander and how the evil version of himself is something that we can see at the end of the episode, but how this evil version of himself is going to be the Homelander that maybe we're going to see on how the season ends. For sure has been my favorite, as we can see more the thoughts of Homelander and how he really feels about all of this. We also get an awkward exchange between Starlight and the Senator. She knows about how she knows about everything and she wants her help, but obviously this change and how she actually helped in a way by providing the real details on Bot and Homelander and so on. Now in the hospital, we see Sad Kimiko after what happened at the end of the last episode. worried about the kids. This is just so like showing her feelings and how she's growing towards Frenchie, something that we all wanted to see and something that we're seeing this season as well. But is when she's captured, of course, she doesn't have her powers, so she's taken to this part of the episode where there's little Lena, Frenchie, and Kimiko. Little Lena captures Frenchie and Kimiko, and how Frenchie has to choose between the two of them, something that, of course, is a big decision. But what we can see here that Kimiko accepts that part of her life, that she is a monster in a way, and she hurts everyone there, and we can see how powerful she is, something that I just love about this episode as well. And how at the end of the episode where she truly accepts who she is, and that her powers are part of her, and she accepts her nature, is something that I imagine in the next episode we're gonna see her taking Compound B again, and how this is gonna she's accepting who she is, but as well becoming more human. So how we move from this into the next episode is something that I cannot wait to see. But what are your thoughts on this incredible episode? Leave your comments below. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Christian from Beyond Premiere, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.